What? What? You know, honestly, Super Mario What is a pretty apt title for this frickin' game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mario Wonder. I actually got a brand new pair of gloves for this one. So, metaphorically and literally, walking into this with a fresh pair of gloves. Going through the Mario series has been fascinating, interesting, and engaging so far. My own, yet the gloves are on. My own personal biases, fears, and worries aside, this has been a really good franchise coverage so far. It's been enlightening, it's been interesting. I have learned more about these games and platforming and game design in general. So this has been awesome. At least from my perspective. It's been interesting tracking the final golden numbers, but also some of the other stuff. Some of you may know I actually have a franchise page. And the franchise page tracks each game in the franchise, their story score, their gameplay score, their golden number, but then also the average of the whole franchise as it goes. And this has certainly been an interesting one. Yeah, no, I'm staring at the graphs right now. It's a trip. You can just see the patterns there. I don't want to spoil too much, but I do want to kind of build up to this a little bit. Let's just go with golden numbers, shall we? Mario 1 was negative 1.55. Certainly a hallmark game, and certainly a game that quite literally established what we think of as modern gaming. But ultimately, if we're being honest with ourselves, not really that good of a game. Anything negative is negative, although under the new system, and by new system I need to stop using that word because you're confusing people, Lore. Under the new math, negative 1 is actually not that bad at all, because negatives are now linear instead of logarithmic. In the old system, negative 1 was like plus 50, and this negative 1 is like plus 1. Sense, mate? So negative 1 isn't all that bad. It's just a little bit below neutral. So, we're at there. Lost Levels was a dip downwards. Negative 15. And I stand by that firmly. Lost Levels is not that good of a game, and I will never play it again. Mario 2 pulled it back up a little bit to a dead zero. The very definition of a mid-game. Which makes sense. Mario 2 does a lot wrong, but it also does a lot right. Mostly at the latter and former halves, respectively. Mario 3 jumps upward to 65, and then it goes up to 113 in World, and then it climbs to the absolute ridiculousness of 290 in Yoshi. New was 45, New Wii is 106, New 2 is 82, and New U is 258. And all of that makes sense given what we know. New was trying something new. New Wii was polishing that. New 2 was handed off to the B team, but they still had the backing of everything before that. And New U was the A team, working with several years of experience with the new engine at that point. So, the fully polished version. By the way, the team that made New U made the game we're about to play. So as this boss fight finally rolls around the corner, I am extraordinarily curious to see exactly how well, bad, and in between we have with Wonder. Okay, so that's a lot of playable characters. Yoshis and Nabbits don't take damage, but don't transform. So there's our easy mode. And super easy mode, as it should be. Toadette is apparently normal now. There's the two Toads. Daisy's back. Peach everyone looks weird. Well, obviously we're going to play as Peach. Welcome to the Flower Kingdom, just a short hop away from the Mushroom Kingdom. You can tell because, oh, that's actually kind of clever. So I'm going to pause immediately to talk about the visual storytelling on display. So, if you've been paying attention to the visuals in the background of the new series, you know that, and this is also true in Mario 3 and in Mario World, the Mushroom Kingdom is always typified by these weird, cylindrical hills. You can actually see them on the left over there, right? So that's the Mushroom Kingdom on the left. In fact, you can actually see the actual mushrooms. And then there's an ocean, and then we see some pipes off to the right, and we've got this huge, lush plain with more and more flowers the more right we get. I was about to say, you notice there's actually a front layer, the actual interactable layer, the back layer, the back layer, and the back layer. And the sky might also be a separate layer there. Not a bad screen to start on. Okay, Peach can't hover, -15 to gameplay.
Hey there!
So I knew they talked because of the trailer.
Where's the party?
It's just terrifying, honestly. I can't help but notice the flower people look like the mushroom people, just with slightly different outfits, too. And their eyes are different size. And their prince is a caterpillar.
Lorerunner. Waha! Lorerunner. Aha! Wow!
What? Bowser is now a Necron. Was that King Bowser? How could he steal our Wonder Flower? And our Flower Castle, too. Can't believe he merged with our beautiful castle like that. It's just so awful. If only we'd invited him over for the party instead of not, then this would have all been skipped entirely. Oh my god, that looks gorgeous! Look at that! There we go, look at that. Oh, I'm still here. Sorry. Let me get rid of my ugly mug. Look at that for a second. That is honestly impressive looking. Yeah, the geometry is whatever, but that is some surprisingly high detailed surfacing. Yeah, like the grass is blowing in the wind. You see butterflies flying around periodically. There's trails of wind. There's sun rays, god rays going on. There's clouds going by. You can actually see the waves of the wind going across the hills in the foreground. And in the background, the grass is just kind of lazily brazing in the wind. God, that's kind of damned good looking. There's little bits of grass that have grown on the pipe-shaped hills in the background. Like, damn. Oof, okay. Coming out swinging. You can play standees about anywhere in the course. A standee is a sign saying, I was here. Crouch for X, okay. During online play, which we should have on, you use standees placed by players worldwide to revive yourself when you're a ghost. Your own standees cannot revive you, but they can rescue your fellow players. You may be able to save someone by placing one in a dangerous location. So, I've heard nothing but praise about that mechanic from a friend of mine. I'm not going to give any negatives for this, but let's be very clear. This game gets no co-op positives because it doesn't have co-op. Or rather, it does, but it only gets the one co-op positive. For existing co-op, local. Still pissed about that. Motion controls. Off!
That Goomba looks so serene.
We're not going to kill the Goomba. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not gonna do it. Okay, we resisted. Okay. Guys, I think one of my viewers slipped me some drugs. I mean, coming out swinging with the drugs. So the collectible, you get a collectible for beating the stage, but you also get collectibles in the stage as an optional thing. That's actually an in-between thing between what previous games have done and what other previous game... Hang on. Words are hard. So, in 64, every time you beat a version of the stage, you get a star. Stars are what you use to unlock and to progress. In Sunshine, you get a shine, but they don't actually matter because you need to do certain stages to progress. In Mario 1, 2, 3 World, you just finish stages to unlock new routes. Here it looks like this is a combination of everything. Because finishing a stage gives us a seed, but then we also get a seed by doing the optional thing in the stage. And once we finish a stage, it unlocks a new route. That's literally all 3 formats right there. Now, we'll see if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because as I talked about during Mario 3D Land, specifics matter. What? Okay, I've got to know what happens if I kill them. It even, like, wants me to, because it keeps giving me fire powers. That does shut them up, if you kill them. Well, we played as Peach for a bit. Time to play as the worst character in the game. Was it worth your life to deny me my prize?
Yes!
Here's a random question, speaking of putting money towards things. I have a question I would like people's opinion on, if you don't mind. So, I want you to imagine that there's a game you particularly want to be funded. Cool? Cool. Now I want you to imagine that I have put some dealer's choice towards the game that you want to have run. Now, I want you to imagine that you then reach out to me and say, no, please don't do that. Remove all that dealer's choice immediately, please. This is new to me. I've never encountered this problem before, so I'm just kind of gauging people's opinions in general. Like, from wherever. I mean, Dealer's Choice also made Kingsfield 4 happen, so... Quite the surprising place to run into someone, huh? Nice to meet you. This is our first time meeting, right? I've played your game, dude. Where do you think we should go first? Here's the map. So what, is this just Mario World at this point? Oh my god, it is! Stop doing this! Look, look. Like, it's the linear level thing. And then it's the open world thing of Mario 3D World. Stop combining your games! Is it going to be another Luigi? Nope. So it is completely random. Hey look! Some way to spend the coins you collect. New Super Mario Bros. 2. Granted, Odyssey did that too. We actually have a freaking random button, too. Unless there's some algorithm that helps determine that. Oh yeah, there's also a save button. Just save anywhere. Is this game just taking all the best features of the games we've been playing the last 2 weeks and putting them into one game? Is that just where we're at with this? Granted, Odyssey did a lot of this already.
Oh, yeah!
It's... I guess that's a fair point, Eternus, but, like... I don't know, there's... Yes, Pika. Mario games have a tendency to be good core gameplay, but not a lot of what I would call functional, or the presentation, right? There's not a lot of quality of life features. Even in the game we just played, New Super Mario Bros. U, you actually can't save anywhere, for example. You can only save after you beat a tower or a castle. And if you, like, if you're not sure if you've taken everything in a stage, you have to enter a menu to see it, and just, there's little tiny details, little quality of life features, which is just kind of weird to see here. Because there's only one other Mario game that has had this level of polish and quality of life features, and that's Odyssey. Yeah, you got it, Ross. And I guarantee you, now that I'm looking at this, Now that I'm staring at this, I'll tell you exactly what happened. They looked at Odyssey, you know, they made Odyssey and polished the crap out of that game. And then they took that into the 2D-verse. That's not a bad thing, by the way, but I guarantee you that's exactly what this is. This is the 2D Odyssey. And that's awesome. Unlike Mr. Red, who is even more awesome. Please don't give me money. My niece is going to love this. I can't wait to play with her. By the way, Mario World-style tutorialization, which, if you're paying attention, we haven't seen since Yoshi's Island. Not really. Well, there's giant hippos. That's always cool. Here, let me get you out of there, buddy. I got your back, I swear. I'll free you. I'll free you no matter the... Okay, you're just dead. Just enjoy your death. That's just your life now. I understand why they called it Wonder, because I've seen that interview. In fact, I don't want to read too much into it, but I got the very strong impression that several of the core Nintendo developers were... I don't want to use the word depressed, but let's use the word discouraged. Because after the Mario makers... some very, very creative and inventive levels have been designed over the years.
Oh, you get up here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They do the Sonic thing.
It's a me.
Ugh. I'm sorry, that's so immediately noticeable.
Pizzicle.
Come with me, Mr. Koopa. Okay, so I need you to respawn, Mr. Koopa. Thank you, Mr. Koopa. Try that again, Mr. Koopa. No! No!
What a peaceful day.
You deserve that. I mean, Lotro does have more story than Mario. I'm not sure it has a better story, though. Yeah, the actual... So, to go back to our 4-axis thing. Lotro's core gameplay sucks, its gameplay presentation sucks, and its story presentation sucks. But, its core story is actually really, really good. Like, really good. Like, I still consider it one of the best Lord of the Rings stories I've ever seen. Actually, probably the best. And yes, I'm counting the original movie, or the original movie. Wow, Laura. Original books in that. Do you see that little, like, hip bump, shell bump that they do?
Last jump.
I feel like part of the reason this is easier is twofold. First of all, I'm good at platformers, which kind of skews things. You remember how I was absolutely curb stomping Yoshi's Island, one of the hardest Mario games? In fact, even New You, I wasn't exactly having a lot of issues with. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, I've also been playing Mario games for 2 weeks solid. I'm kind of in the zone. But second of all, this game has really tight controls. This might actually qualify as a triple positive for controls. And I've said that before. Anytime a game puts more of the control into your hands, the easier people tend to call it than to say it, because that's how people think. I don't know. Don't ask me. If you remember, I'm kind of the opposite of that. I tend to think that if you put more control into the hands of the player, that's a good thing. And then you can do real difficulty, right? So hang on, let's jot down more positives, because oh my god. Yeah, no, the game controls really, like, scarily well. You know what this reminds me most of playing? And I mean this with total sincerity. Dread. And if you know me, you know what a compliment that is. Get back here and die like a man! No. What? Let's do some tech tests, shall we? That's per stage fast travel. From a menu. That might actually qualify as triple fast travel positive, now that I think about it. That's really good fast travel.
Onward and upward.
I really just keep getting surprised by how good this game is. Look at that what you will. Look at this, just boom. And we're just there! We're just there! We're gonna be boring. Nice and boring. We're gonna pretend we're a typical investor in charge of a gaming company. We're gonna be really boring. I need a moment. This is a weirdly good game. I suppose it shouldn't be, but it is. I am honestly surprised at this game so far. This is throwing me. Like, oh my god. I know, Ross. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I am extraordinarily used to good with asterisks, right? Oh yeah, we also reviewed Lost Levels like last week, so that's a thing. I'm used to good with asterisks. I'm used to putting up with crap to enjoy a game. It's very rarely I could just enjoy a game end sentence, right? I hate to keep banging on this drum, but Mario Odyssey is probably the only Mario game I've ever been able to enjoy, period, end sentence. Ever. There's always been asterisks going all the way back to the beginning, and I've kind of been demonstrating that as we go. Lord knows the Mario series is not exactly bad, but Odyssey was just a game changer for me, right? When I played through it. There's a reason I say it was like playing Joy. Yeah, exactly, Adster. There's always something, right? And even StarCraft 2, which is a frickin' amazing game, and probably the best game I'll ever review, still has its moments. But there's one other thing I want to talk about. Someone just mentioned, Adster just mentioned recency bias. I want to mention something else. There's something I like to call the honeymoon period. The honeymoon period is exactly what it sounds like, but it usually specifically shows up when a game is good in comparison to the game we just played, right? At least that's how it is for me. Like, when I sit down and I play Mario 3 after playing something like Lost Levels, we'll do a direct comparison there, that's going to make me be like, oh, thank God I'm playing Mario 3. I mean, I've actually got a perfectly good example of that, Dragon's Dogma, which was just like, oh, breath of fresh air, and was a very smooth stream when we were playing it. But there's a catch. Yeah, Lufia wanted Lufia too. Another good example. The catch is, and yeah, the inverse is also true. The catch is, first of all, I do a lot to try and remove the honeymoon period from the actual review, and I'm very proud of that. But second of all, we just went from one of the best scoring Mario games, and in fact, best scoring games we've ever reviewed, to this. There's not really any honeymoon period. Right? Like, there's no... Like, we just played that, right? If I went from Lost Levels to this would be gobsmacking. But, like, we went from one of the best Mario games ever to this. What's my biggest negative with this so far? I haven't written a negative down yet. I'm sure I'll come up with one. But I have yet to write down a negative. My biggest personal negative is the fact that I can't play it with packs. That's my biggest negative. The fact that I do not have the ability to play with my friends sucks. So, now that is the absence of a positive, not the presence of a negative. But from a purely personal, non-review perspective, that's the thing that's pushing me out of this game. In fact, it was the biggest reason I was so down on this game. And people are like, oh, it's going to be a great game. And I'm like, eh. Because all I could think of was the fact that I can't play it with my friend. Now, if they patch in online co-op to this game... Saying. Yeah, if they patch this in, I'm gonna be like, guys, I'm taking a break from streaming. Pax and I are gonna go 100% Mario Wonder. This is now we have a goal, stream. Our goal is to come up with negatives for this game. We can do this. We have the power. Even if we have to invent negatives.
Hey! This pipe, it can't hold us!
That's what I thought.
I warned you!
Drugs!
What's this? Ooh! It's kinda catchy. You ready? Here we go! Yeah! That was fun.
Now you're trapped out here. Bye. I gotta be real. If weed does this to you, then we have some. We have to have a chat. That's some wacky tobacco right there. You see their expressions when they see the fire coming, by the way? They see that their death is coming. They know it's happening. They know. And they despair. What they were probably thinking, Pika, was money! That's what most people are usually thinking. I bet everyone in chat right now is thinking money right now. Give me your money! Am I right?
So many creepy crawlies.
Yes, unfortunately, I am having fun. Truly the most horrible of fates. Oh, Jesus.
How is this happening?
Drugs. All the drugs.
Fine. Everything's fine.
I noticed there's a lot less players in these stages than the other ones, by the way.
What is all this? Was it all a dream?
Yes. Oh, I love the timer in Majora's Mask, but that's not... I don't want to pull it technically, but that's not really a timer. You know? A timer is finish the stage in X or die. Even if you run out of time in Majora's Mask, it just resets you automatically against your will. You know? In Mario, if you run out of time, you die. Oh, pretty. So pretty. Sorry. With the Royal Seed safely in hand, they set off in pursuit of Bowser, who has somehow turned into a castle. And they stop Bowser before he pulls off whatever he's planning. Is he planning anything? Like, it's Bowser. He's probably just like, let's go. I can taste colors. Gorgeous. Oh my god, look at that. I'm sure Bowser must be around here. What was that? No one can even get close as long as my cloud piranhas are here. Which means I can focus on gathering up all the wonder power. Hey, Bowser, brush your teeth. It's just awful. Isn't there some way we could stop him? What is this, a Mario RPG? Oh, what's this? Oh my god, this is a Mario RPG. What? Where'd that cloud piranha go? What have you done? Yeah, we have to get the 5 MacGuffins to access Bowser's Castle. It's a freaking Mario RPG. Of course, that's our answer. I have a request that's almost too much to ask you. Will you play the rest of the game? I guess.
I wonder if I'll be tall someday, too.
You will not. What?
What happened to you?
What is going on with my legs? What? That's brilliant tutorializing, by the way. You literally cannot progress until you figure out to crouch. And then that tells you that you can, you know, interact with the world like that.
Life's full of surprises.
No! You died too easily. You cowards.
Life's full of surprises.
Well, okay, here's the lore behind the elephant. So, you know what drugs are, right? Like drugs. Like really hardcore drugs, okay? Now picture doing drugs, and then just, you never stop, right? You just never stop doing drugs. And then you become an elephant. Any questions? Is this game meeting my expectations or not meeting? This game is worse than I ever could have imagined. Truly. If I were to somehow compare and contrast all ills and evils, all humanity's hatred and woes, compressed into a single thing, it would be this game. And those hippos. Those poor hippos. I feel so bad for them. I am literally Hitler. Wait. This game is also literally Hitler. We are one. We have become as one. Inevitably, we will have to do that. Hopefully someday. Wait, what?
Oh my!
I can see space. I am one with the universe. Hey, you remember Mario Galaxy? I remember Mario Galaxy. That was a good game. Actually, yeah, it is a water stage. Very well presented, but still a water stage. Get out of the way, you stupid thing.
Okay, I have created creatures.
Okay, I'm ready.
They are orb creatures. They're fleshy orbs that could be any color.
It's very gross.
Not fleshy, but like they're made of flesh.
Wait, people are made of flesh?
No, the orbs are.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And they have really derpy purple faces.
And they look like hippos?
No.
Yeah. Are you sure? Because, I mean, look at them. 50 negatives to gameplay. This game is too good. Is this game fun? My most amazing Evo. This game is like pouring concentrated joy into my veins. See, the problem here, Evo, is now you're forcing me to prove that I'm right. By taking drugs! What? Well, that's one way to vary up a water level. Remove the water.
I wonder what seawater tastes like.
Dude, we've talked about this. It tastes like seawater. It tastes like salt. God damn it, man. Why doesn't anybody listen to me? No! No. No. There we go. Jesus. That took way too much effort to not go up there. There we go. 100%. But I should probably update the HUD a little bit. So let's see. So we're up to here in terms of gameplay. Hang on, let me check my notes to see how many gameplay negatives we've gotten so far. Let's see here. Okay. 0. Okay. All I'm saying is porn. All right. And also suicide and fascism. Okay, got that into the first 60 seconds, YouTube. You're welcome. That's a new power-up. We are now Bubble Bobble. I don't want to jump the gun on that. Because there is one other game, Mario game, that could challenge this for the crown. And you know the one. A game so good, I actually refuse to play it.
Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Louie?
No! Yep, lost levels. You knew it. You You knew it, you felt it, you loved it, and now you're stuck with it. What are you gonna do now? You have to play Lost Levels because you said you like it. And you're gonna be called out by the gaming community if you're like, oh yeah, I love this game. It's so great. Please, 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 don't make me play this terrible game. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not what I was expecting. Not gonna lie. Although at this point, I'm not sure what I'm expecting from any of these things. It feels like they were just like, alright, whatever random, crazy idea you have, just write it down. And we'll make it a thing. And they're like, sure. And then the entire Nintendo staff just decided to do drugs for a week. Like, what if there were birds that shot bubbles and you had to jump on those bubbles? But wait, what are they shooting other than bubbles? I don't know. What could they shoot other than bubbles? I've got it. Pencils. And they'll shoot pencils into the wall. And we can, like, be like, whew. Look, all I'm saying is I've seen a Mario game with a good story. In fact, I've seen several of them. Because I've played the RPGs. Now, it's not like all of them knock it out of the park. In fact, one of the biggest problems that a lot of the Mario and Luigi series, for example, has is a lot of empty text. Like, a lot. I feel like they had a freaking word count quota in several of the Mario and Luigi games. Like, it's a little silly. How many of you remember Starlo, right? He'll show up, hey, what's this thing? I wonder what this thing is. Maybe it's this thing we've interacted with 5 times before. Maybe you should interact with this thing. If you interact with this thing, then you can interact with this thing, and we'll be moving forward. Cool. And it's like, game! That's not... Ah! So, when we get to the Mario and Luigi block, as much as I anticipate those games will be net positives, several of them will probably get some negatives on the dialogue side of things. Because, yeah. By contrast, Paper Mario 2 and Paper Mario 1, both of which are also JRPGs, don't really have that problem. Or FF4, or Chrono Trigger, or FF6, or FF7, or FF9. I keep going. Point being, no, it's not a JRPG problem. It's just you, Mike Romano! You're the one poisoning them! Why would you do this, Mike Romano? Yeah, I know, Act. It's a good game. Oh god, what is it? Well, they're definitely having lots of sex, Ellie's are. Oh god, I can't remember the damn quote. It's a bad game, his quote is, a rushed game... a delayed game is bad now, but a rushed game is bad forever, or something like that. Anyways, yeah, it's actually a false quote. I just kind of don't care because it's a good quote. Is there a good core potential for Sticker Star? So my default answer is no. Because at its very fundamental core, Sticker Star is an ammo-based RPG. And I'm not saying you can't make that work, but god, you'd have to do some wrangling to make that into a thing, you know? Yeah, the stage design is bad, the story is non-existent, the characters are actually aggravating, there's almost no characterization, the boss battles are garbage. So, yeah, turning Sticker Star into a real game would probably involve just making a new game. That's a good quote. That's even a better way to put it. Late is for a little while, suck is for forever. Some of you may remember we were doing rewrite streams for a little bit there. And when we did the Wrath of Khan rewrite stream, everybody in chat was like, alright, done! You did it! Because it didn't need one. It's a good question. Why don't we ask it in German? What else we got? Spanish, Italian, Dutch, Portuguese, Russian, Japanese, traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, Korean, or English. Okay. The snowman, where did your hat go? Oh my god. Sorry, buddy. Every flower for themselves. I swear to god, you get that song stuck in my head, Blade Jamal. And we're done. Listen, Ghost Rider. Me and that meme are done! Oh, shoot. Almost got hit by doing a meme. You know, my favorite part of all this, really, there are 3 layers of snow on the screen. There's the layer right up front, that's the obvious one. There's the one in the background, and there's one, like, even further back in the background. All 3 of those are moving at different pace and are, you know, probably the same image but differently sized, and so it adds to the 3-dimensional feel of the background wonderfully. No, I mean, this game's been bringing me to tears, so what the hell do I know? I have almost considered asking people if I could actually stop playing it. It is a bit of a rarity, Savicom. It happens, but it is a bit of a... I mean, this has been a pretty good year for gaming, although this game is just stomping everything that it's about this year so far. Holy crap. Well, not to compare video game development to nobility in historical times, but they're kind of the same thing. The nobility are like, all right, we're gonna take advantage of and abuse and take advantage of and abuse and take advantage of and abuse, and at a certain point, the bubble bursts, and you know there's a bunch of rioting and a bunch of stabbing and a bunch of burning, and we kind of reset the board a little bit, right? And then it's like, okay, the new nobility, we're gonna be cool. Everything's gonna be cool. We're gonna give you bread. We're gonna stop running through the streets, chopping you down with swords. It's gonna be fine. You get the general idea. The organization pushes and pushes and pushes until it's too much and there's a big push back, and you get it. I use envelope, but honestly, pendulum is a better example of what I'm actually talking about here.
Let's go!
So right now, it does feel like we are swinging a bit back, and people are pushing back a lot. It probably helps that more and more... how do I explain this? Game development is getting more accessible, is the direction I want to phrase that. No! No! I need my fire flower. And so, as a result, the role of large-scale companies in terms of development and publishing is just shrinking. And good. Extraordinarily good. It's not like indie... God damn it. It's not like indie developers can't put out crap and can't be, you know, garbage, too. But the less we have to rely on large-scale corporations, the better. You know? And 8's technology barely has anything to do with anything. Really. What? We also have a timer for the first time. Well, not the first time, but like... Listen, all I'm saying, DirectD, is you were right even in high school. And anybody who says you were wrong, they were wrong. They were all wrong. Oh my god, did you see his expression as the bubble was advancing upon him? The panic, the fear in his eyes as he realized that his life was about to be snuffed out. That is so horrible. What? Oh my god, look at my eyes.
We're in great shape.
Thanks. Oh my god, we have become... The cake is the truth!
Fit right in around here.
Shut up, Flower. Don't sass me, boy. yeah, just imagine being the voice director on this project. Alright, I want you to imagine you've just seen the fattest person in the world. Yeah, you know, we were just talking about earlier about how gaming is kind of shuffling around a little bit and has been for several years at this point. Because, you know, publishers are terrible and AAA development is kind of doing its own thing and shifting into its own market. Its own category, you know, over there. Nintendo remains a bit of an outlier because they're a big-name publisher and they certainly have a decent amount of money at their backing, but they're the kind of people who will, and they have done this, say, all right, make a new Mario game. What's our deadline? you're paying attention, they actually did it with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Odyssey, and Wonder. What's your deadline? When it's done. All right. Oh, Jesus. It's Mario Galaxy. Come on, do it again. Still speeding up. It's still speeding up. Oh man, I love this level already. Okay, hang on. I think my favorite part about this isn't just standard escalation. This is good tutorialization. Because it starts speeding up pretty quickly in a section that's specifically designed to be as easy as possible. 4 squares, no increased vertical height, no increased distance between squares. Mathematically speaking, those are probably the easiest jumps in the entire sequence. And that's the first time when it speeds up, is at the easiest point in the sequence. So you not only can understand that the speed up is going to happen, but you're ready for what's coming. Because as soon as you see that, you know what's coming. And then they start being mean. Notice they give us another breather section before they give us a harder section. 5 squares standing instead of 2 squares. The ghost is locked behind online. That's true. Negative to gameplay. I'm actually serious. I figured it out. This is our first negative to gameplay. Here it is. Here it is. Ghost functionality locked behind online only. No, Rasalisu. I play the game. I put down a standee. I stop playing the game. I put the game away for 2 years. 2 years later, my niece picks up the game. There's a standee there. She uses it. Make sense? My point here is that the functionality of the online co-op, the online thing, is actually pretty neat and awesome. It's like Dark Souls, but actually good. Yes, I said that. But it, by definition, is the kind of thing that absolutely could exist without the mandated online aspect. And again, oh my god, it's the frog suit. As Javan was just saying, imagine seeing speedruns. In fact, I hope if they speedrun this at GDQ next year, they keep the online on just so I can see some of the nonsense. Well, I don't agree, obviously, late to all, but my favorite part about all of this is that we have come up with one negative for this game, and that's the thing you're complaining about, is one negative, amongst 7 trillion positives. I can't win. I can't win. There is no winning. In World of Warcraft, we will give a negative for content that is locked behind optional hard modes, late to all. In FF14, we gave negatives for optional content being locked behind hard modes. We actually also did that for some of the Marios as well. That's the precedence. And I think I stand by it, based on that mindset. I get your point, but if we change it to the idea that if it's removed, the game is improved, that's going to necessitate a complete re-examination of every negative on the list. That's not being hyperbolic either. There's a lot of negatives that we give for stuff that, if it was removed, would not make the game any better. I'll tell you what, if there's ever a negative I wanted to give this game, which I won't, it's the fact that it has no online co-op. Really frustrating.
Amazing!
What's with this song, man? Alright, I'm ready, Ross. I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. For every argument you give, I play Breath of Fire 2 one more time. Go away. I like how the Lakitu looked, the cloud looked shocked when I took out the Lakitu. Like, oh my god. Is that allowed? Yeah, the Wii, it's actually always funny to me how much the Wii is one of the financial successes of Nintendo. Because I consider it one of their worst consoles, and I stand by that sentence. Like, we've reached a point where we're kind of gonna refuse to stream most Wii games just because of how much of a gosh darn pain it is. Yeah, exactly, Insana. Like, the Wii was kind of a unique confluence. It made sense that it sold as well as it did. But screw that game. Screw that system. From a fun perspective, hang on, let me turn off my review brain. Drool just coming down my mouth. Game fun! Listen, I know now, beyond a doubt, Super Mario Brothers is I'm telling you, I need to make a Kingdom Hearts that's just Nintendo instead of Square or something. I just need to do that. Maybe not like a full rewrite, but just like a quick treatise. Just because I feel like it. Because I've been thinking about that for years. I think what I love best is the clouds have these gigantic eyeballs in the background there. We're watching you! We're going to kill you! You are powerless before nature! Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Let me update the HUD a little bit. Because we're not at 58 plus as to gameplay. That hard score doesn't mean anything, by the way, right? It's just points. It's how often you've helped other players, right? That's it. My heart score's really low. I'm all sad about that. It's like commendations in FF14. It doesn't really mean anything, but we all want them! Lore doesn't help people. I try to help people, I swear. Yeah, plus I've noticed there's a lot less repeating music in general than there was in the previous games I've been playing. Including even the classic Marios, which tend to have, you know, very small soundtracks. I think about how much music there is in Mario 3. I'll spoil it for you. 13 minutes worth. How much music do you think is in Mario 2? I'll spoil that one, too. 6 minutes. Yeah, let's see. So in Mario 1, there's the theme, the water theme, the castle theme, Peach's theme, if you even count that, and I do believe that is it. Unless we... No, hang on. If we count the star theme. And the game over Jingle, we're really stretching it now. Yeah, and the underground theme. So that's... If we're really stretching it, there's 8. Oh, no, the boss theme was added later, so no, it's only just the 7. We are really stretching that definition to get to 7. How many real songs are in that game? 3. Regular, underwater, and underground. Yeah, it's funny because this game is stated as being a nostalgia trip, and yet the new series is much more about nostalgia than this is. I actually can think of another game. Here, I'm going to highlight reel this because this is worth talking about. I feel like there's another game I could think about that feels nostalgic without actually being member berries, without leaning into it. And that's KOTOR. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But for me, KOTOR feels a lot like a Star Wars game without just being Star Wars again, which, I mean, a lot of other Star Wars works have just been Star Wars again, right? Well, the HUD is up to date, Eternus, if that answers you. What the? Okay, just for the hell of it, hang on, let's do a quick hypothetical. Let's assume that Yoshi's Island had 8,000, what was that, 8,703? Yeah, that makes the golden number of Yoshi's Island 26,000. If StarCraft 2 is like, huh? Let's say, for just a moment, the Yoshi's Island... Hang on, so someone write down 19 and 78, please, so I don't lose these numbers. Okay, so let's say that Yoshi's Island got 8,700 plus to story, and say 8,700 plus to gameplay simultaneously, which gives us a final golden number of 52,044.64. Yeah, I want to play that game. The game's just like beaming concentrated joy into you every millisecond. You are so overwhelmed, it literally kills you. And on that bombshell, before we get back into this, question for y'all, really quick. I'm going to be very brief about this. The streams have kind of naturally evolved over the years into kind of like every stream is a combination of a chill stream and a lore run. We discuss the behind the scenes of stuff, we discuss the game design, we discuss the lore implications, and then we just kind of hang out and chat while I play and review. Occasionally someone has a suggestion for a review point, and occasionally I point out something that's awesome, and Mr. Red is awesome for doing the highlight reel. Now, I'm completely fine with that. In fact, I would go so far as to say I'm comfortable with that. But I don't want to fall into the maintenance trap. I don't want to fall into the momentum trap. You know, doing something just because you've been doing it. We have very naturally drifted into that kind of a space when it comes to streaming. So the overall question I have for all of you, especially you on YouTube who are watching the VODs of this, is thoughts on that. You know, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle, circle. You know. Yeah, like it is. Trends can get out of hand. Just look at YouTube for an example of that. Like, something was brought up in a comment during the lunch break, and this is absolutely true. I could have sat and done a full analysis of every single stage of Mario World. I am sufficiently familiar with Mario World to be able to actually jump around and be like, here's this, and here's this, and here's this, and actually kind of discuss and debate the specifics of line mentality, or arc design, or jumping design, or the math that goes into difficulty design. I know all that stuff. I can talk about all that stuff. I've even been mentioning it as we go, especially in this game, because this game has been doing a lot of great stuff based on the same precepts of Mario World. But that's not what I do. And honestly, I'm not sure that's really what I should do, which boils back down to the question. What do you think of our format? No judgment, no bias. I'm not coming at this with a right answer. I'm just curious. Anyways, like, I was thinking about that with regards to this game because it's kind of crazy to try and discuss every single stage in this game. Because, like, every stage, and this is not an exaggeration, every single stage in this game, there's so much right that I could spend the amount of time I would on another game discussing each individual stage in this game, and we have not gone through a small number of stages so far, which is why I realized pretty early on that I was just going to, you know, enjoy them and react to them, and then, you know, jot down my notes on my side, which I really need to collate at some point, and just kind of live with that. Yeah, exactly, Ross. We're in World freaking 3 of at least 6. What? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a jump. That's a jump. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Why are the rooms gone? Because of this guy! I like how she covers her ears when she does that. Like, nope, nope, I'm not here, I'm not listening. La 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 la. Oh, okay. We're this thing again. You paid for the entire jump, but you're only gonna need the edge. Well, like I said, Trehexy, I may have stopped doing capital L lore runs, but I've never stopped doing lowercase lore runs, and I don't think I ever will. I like lore running, you know? I enjoy the process of digging into the behind the scenes and the meanings of and the makings of, and the gameplay and the story. And all those wonderful things. You'll be okay, or you'll die, one of the two! You're okay, you're okay! Oh my god! A moment of silence. For the flower who fell to his... I was actually... You probably didn't even see that. I was actually following him because my assumption automatically was wherever he lands is probably going to be on ground. And thankfully I had some reflexes going because I noticed he wasn't going to land on the block, and he totally didn't. Oh, that's right. Walker asked a question, an extensive question. What made me switch away from ruminations and from capital L lore runs into reviews. So, the lore runs one is very easy. Lore runs was oil. Okay? So, once I tapped all the oil, I was done. And I knew that very early on. I knew that as early as, like, the first major lore run. The first real lore run, the first one that was planned. Which I don't remember which one that was, actually, off the top of my head, but it was pretty early on. 10 years ago at this point, or something like that. Not the Kingdom Hearts 2 one, not the Warcraft 3 one, and not the Final Fantasy one. None of those were actually designed to be lore runs, believe it or not. That was just streaming. No goal in mind, just streaming. But whatever the first lore run was after that, I realized pretty quickly, you know, there's only so many of these that I can do. There's only so much of this that is really feasible and possible. What the hell are those things? I've heard of doing the wave, but this is ridiculous. But rooms is a little different. So I understand the benefit and value of rooms to the viewer. That's you. I understand why people prefer rooms. I do. I don't even complain about it or neglect it. Some people just want to have that atmosphere. Some people want that kind of summarization. Oh my god, it's just raining frickin' power stars. Ruminations are very valuable for people who want that kind of atmosphere, or they want that kind of summarized video that they can listen to and occasionally watch in the background to discuss and analyze the work, to try and dig into it. It's that part of that analytical side of YouTube, of which there are quite a few viewers and quite a few creators. My niche was always pretty small because my format was completely different from everyone else's. I would just sit down there with a notebook and a format, and other people would do expensive editing or showcasing footage and all kinds of stuff that I either couldn't do or wouldn't do because I was, didn't have the time or didn't have the availability or whatever else. So I've always hated making the rooms. I have always been very honest about that. Sitting down and just chatting at the webcam for a while, trying to keep my line in check, trying to do effectively a no edit run, a no cuts, one take discussion of an entire game or an entire movie or an entire episode has always been something that is not only not mentally engaging to me, but also legitimately painful for me to do, as I've talked about before. Obviously, there's the physical pain side of things, which is easy to understand, but the mental pain side of things, which is it's very, 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 very straining, and it just kind of feels like it's grating down my brain to the point where I can't even think properly afterwards. Some of my friends, when I would be doing some of the old long darks, when I would just pause to go record videos for a while, they were actually expressing a great deal of concern about me because I was barely capable of coherent discussion. Like, I couldn't word. And I know I have that problem occasionally when I'm particularly tired, but that was just the norm. I just couldn't talk right. I couldn't think right. And obviously, because I had so little time, that was also affecting my ability to do things like exercise, get out and get some air, get out and get some sun, and of course, food. So it was kind of a huge net negative to me. So transitioning away from the ruminations was something I've wanted to do pretty much from the word go. It was something that I accepted because it was the best I could do, that I couldn't do anything else. Totally unrelated to either of these facts about lore runs or ruminations is the fact that I have always wanted to review games. That's something that's been a genuine passion and desire of mine for literal decades. I've talked about this so many times. I don't want to say Chrono Trigger is a good game. I want to have a freaking list to say, here's this list. Here's exactly what I like about it, and here's exactly what I don't like about it. And the review system naturally grew out of that, which, of course, you guys get a great deal of credit for as well. So, if you remember, Super Metroid was actually the very first game we did like an experiment on when it came to being like, hey, let's see if people will like this. People liked this. It worked out. And so we kind of did this very slow, gradual transition over the course of 5 years into trying to make it that so that this, what we're doing right now, is actually my primary job, and I can actually have a living wage based off of sitting here and streaming to you guys and just interacting with you and chatting with you and lore running and reviewing. Does that answer your question, Walker? I hope so, because I feel like I'm missing a few steps in that. But I do think that's the long and the short of that. Hey, Spartan. Have you ever watched Star Wars? So, I want you to imagine for a moment that
Go, go, go!
Return of the King comes out. Or Return of the King. Wow, Return of the Jedi comes out, okay? And immediately after Return of the Jedi, they come up with this brand new movie. It's called The Encrapiting. And it turns out that in that movie, Palpatine was actually always just a puppet of this other dude, okay? Now, the other dude's name is The Generic.
You've got this!
He has no personality, he has no characterization, but the movie constantly insists that not only he is the one true evil who is behind Palpatine, but actually that he was behind everything ever. Like, he was actually the reason that the dark side exists at all. He invented the dark side, in fact. He's also the reason why they decided to... Oh, no, much worse than Snoke. Like, he's the reason why the Galactic Empire was founded. He was the one who actually made Palpatine found the Galactic Empire. He personally converted Darth Vader. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, that's right. He probably actually was part of the person who invented the Force as a whole. And that's the jailer. It's always a risky thing when you do this in fiction, because every now and again fiction feels the desire to do this. To invent a character who never existed before, who was behind everything the entire time. Yeah, he was behind Bane and Vitiate and Plagueis. That's the jailer. And the important part, though, here's the thing. Inventing a brand new character... Yeah, he's Demise. Exactly. Fiction does this semi-frequently. I'm going to clip this. Fiction does this semi-frequently. The catch is, this kind of trope is not necessarily bad, as all tropes are. If you decide... If you're writing yourself into a corner, or you want to flesh out a new villain, or you want to do whatever, introducing a new character who was behind previous things can work. We actually have already seen this. I'll use Star Wars as an example with Krennic. Director Krennic was actually a great addition to the Star Wars mythos, in my opinion, as the one who was actually behind the Death Star project. That was his baby, and then Tarkin walked in and just took it from him, right? That added to Tarkin, it added to Krennic, and it added to Star Wars as a whole. Cool, I'm with that. But like Zelda with Demise, or Bond with Spectre, or frickin' the Warcraft, which we just mentioned, or even, arguably, Snoke, like we mentioned earlier, although they undid that as well. Fiction has this obsession with being like, hey, here's this guy you've never heard of, and they're behind everything. It can work, but the jailer is a non-character. There's no character there. Even the thing that was his big characterization is something they pretty much immediately abandoned pretty shortly into Shadowlands, and that was his cruelty. He had this really big thing where he really wanted to cause... He just had a malicious streak to him. And I gotta be honest, if your only characterization point, the only one you ever had, which you then lost, was being malicious, maybe find a new day job. That's all I'm saying.
Go, 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 go! Go!
Okay.
Excellent!
However, their journey from the Flower Kingdom is far from over. Was this only the first final trial of many? Will they be able to find the remaining royal seeds?
I don't know.
Tune in next. This is just Paper Mario at this point. I'm not even complaining.
I believe in you.
Alright, hang on. I need to go kill Colgrim really quick. I'll be right back. I've got to get all the blood off of this. There we go. Alright. Now that we've dealt with Colgrim there, don't mistake my anguish for defeat. Just listen to this. Why does he keep doing the metal? You want to check where they are, just press L. Where should we go first? You choose. Oh, we can just choose now? What is this, a Mario game? Listen, Spartan, you gotta go kill the jailer. Do it! Do it, kill the jailer! Get him out of our game! You know the biggest insult I could possibly give to the jailer? And I'm dead serious about this. he probably will not be in our Warcraft. And I should mention that we have plenty of pathetic and terrible characters we are planning to try and turn into good characters in the various rewrites. Plenty of non-characters, too. But the jailer? Screw him. So, usual tutorialization going on here. Oh my god! As I said that sentence, there's tutorialization. Just there's a spiky enemy that is likely to fall down onto you and do no damage to you because you should have the drill at that point, so it just bounces off of your drill. That's really good. What I find funniest about this game so far, and I mean this with total sincerity. Oh, badges are absolutely part of the kit. They're a separate kit category. Is how many people I've heard speak negatively about this game as a direct result of Pendulum Effect. I have seen a lot of Pendulum Effect about this game already. Which boils down to, it's not that good. Yeah, StarCraft 2, I mean, at least most of the complaints I hear about StarCraft 2 make freaking sense. I haven't heard any complaints about this game, just that people are overestimating how good it is. Usually in the lines of, anybody who can tell me with a straight face that they think Mario Wonder is better than game I like here is clearly just fanboy wanking. And that's usually the tone I hear that kind of comment with. Sorry, so Pendulum Effect is... it's a really, really common human psychological thing because we as human beings are... we're very contrarian by our nature. It's a survival thing, right? Survival mechanism. But it tends to drift into social aspects as well. And since we don't really need to survive the same way we used to, and now it's kind of a detriment to us as a species, because if you hear your friends and your family and the news and everybody at work and everybody at school is just constantly like, oh man, this thing is so amazing, then you have this automatic inclination to go over here. And vice versa. If you hear nothing about how this is the worst garbage thing ever, you're more likely to think positively about it. That's Pendulum Effect. It's just swinging one way and then swinging the other. What? Okay. You know what my favorite small quality of life change in this game? I've already talked about it. There's no timer. It really is shocking how much of a quality of life change that is. I'm not even sure I would have noticed that if not for the fact that I've been playing Mario games for the last 2 weeks. No, I had her. I was there. I was over a safe area and everything. Oh, I was just a little bit too off. I will never fill your dark soul with light, Mr. Red, because I'm going to fill it with donuts instead. So we'll figure out something else to do that. What in the world? Oh my god, that Goomba! You know the very, 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 very last thing? What the crap? Jesus! Hang on. Hang on. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna save this Goomba. No! Bad. Okay. Because actually, 100%ing FF6 is just a chore, right? What?
Wow! Don't let him see you!
It's a stealth section! It's a freaking stealth section! We're playing as a Goomba! And the goal is to not be seen! Oh no! No, is it too late? Can I go back?
It is sad day!
Well, so in my mind, there's 60%ing, 70%ing, 80%ing, 90%ing, and 100%ing. And I do keep them distinct from each other. There's a coin! Okay, I have an idea. Let's go die. Let's see what happens when we get eaten. That leaves us at the...
That was delicious.
Son of a... You deserve that death. What? I know I say that a lot in this game, but what? Oh my god. They actually thought about making them, like, visible. Like, so there's the black munchers, but then there's also the white munchers, so you can see them, despite the black outline. Okay. This is my life now. Oh my god, we're on a guy who's on a guy. We are guyception. I repeat, we have reached guyception. Alright, down left. Anything down here? Yep. Something down there. Die quickly! Die quickly! Why aren't you dying quickly? But I want to live! Listen, you can live, or you can die quickly. Take your pick. In that case, I think I'll live. Trick question. I'll torture you slowly. Oh god! I'm gonna bake you from the fins first. Why? Oh wow, that's just a lot of failure there. I might restart just from that. That was a terrible, terrible showing. I suck so badly that I'm pretty sure that you could actually use me as a vacuum cleaner. Like, I am actually capable of keeping your floor clean because of how much I am sucking here. And that's just a restart. We're just gonna restart. So, I heard, let's do the stages in reverse order. I agree. Yes! Oh, sorry. I like how they look kind of disinterested and they go like, "Arr!" and they get really angry.
I believe in you.
So I'll wait here to make sure everybody gets here. Right here. There you go. We're here. We got you. Don't you worry. Don't you fret. Oh my god. Cool. Let's do it. Oh god. Run. Oh jeez, I'm dead. Thank you. No! That one guy was the only one to live. Did you see that? Okay, I'm here. Okay. We got this. No! 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 It's okay, the coins stick, so we actually don't have to die there again. In fact, we got all 3 coins. So all we have to do is beat the stage now. Thank you. Oh god! I died again.
Die.
No, I'm so sorry. I got them killed. I'm so terrible. I am the worst. But yeah, this game's too easy, obviously. But yeah, listen, Nintendo games are for babies. You want an adult's console, you gotta play a real man's game. It's got blood and guts and sex. And that's it. There's actually no good gameplay or good story. But it has the other things. It's Mortal Kombat on the Genesis all over again. For those of you who don't understand that, Mortal Kombat once came out on the Genesis, and it was garbage. It was a terrible, terrible port. Like a legitimately terrible port. But it was the only version on the consoles that had blood. But it was better because it had the blood. Yeah, it had the blood. For babies. It wasn't a baby game for babies because it had the blood. There we go. Oh my god, come on. Got it. Okay, go. Got it! Why is this my life? I can't even keep up! Wait, no, I'm slowly gaining ground, and I've lost all the ground. Oh my god. I'm here! Ah, I missed the last thing, though! No! Oh my god! Wait for me! Okay, so we missed a thing. I actually know exactly where it is, though. But because this level has no mid-mission checkpoints... Screw that noise. There. Now we just have to beat the stage.
Nope.
Oh my god, we lost so much time now! We lost so much time. We're gonna do it all over again. But it's okay, we got the coins, now all we gotta do is beat the stage. Just in general. Okay, let's not get hit by really stupid things again. Like, we just keep getting hit by really dumb things, so we don't have health for the actually hard part. Just stay above a lot of this nonsense up here. Gonna wait for the last guy. Not gonna fail at our jump this time. Gonna do the big shot. Now's our chance to be a big shot. Short jump over that guy. Long jump over both of those. Short hop over this guy. Big jump over this guy. Let's move forward to get ahead of those guys. And these cannons. Pull up to go over them. Almost get hit by the same stupid thing. Get hit by the same stupid thing for no good reason. Now the run. All we have to do is do the run at all. We don't care about anything else. None of this matters. None of this matters. We got the coin again just because we could. Okay, we've been hit. I didn't actually see what hit me, to be totally honest with you. But we made it, and that's the part that matters.
Nice job.
Thank you. 100%. This game's too easy. What? Oh my god, Toad is an elephant. We're a Roomba's rule. Oh my god, it's the return of the rooms. Not really Dark Day, since those are easy mode for babies. We don't do baby difficulty here. We're real men. We play Mario games like men. That's another thing. Like, the logical disconnect of Mario games equals for children, and also Mario games have been around for 40 years, just kind of amuses me. Which badge is that, Frieza? God, I don't actually remember that badge off the top of my head. It was this badge! The drug. Oh my god. No! I was trying to help them. And instead I died. My hubris in trying to help people. Remember, always be selfish and greedy. Think like a CEO. I'm right here, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I know I'm dead, but it's okay. Because I saved you. Oh my god. I am down again. There we go. It's just this thing. Come on up, 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 up. No, keep coming up. You can do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Come on. There you go. There you go. One more. One more. Over here. Over here. Over. Yes. Now I just gotta get the Mario up here. You can do it. You can do it. Yes.
Impressive.
Booyaka. I'd like to head to the other side, but the heat from all the magma made the bridge collapse. Normally I can fix it in no time, but this heat... Oh, so much. I feel like my fixing skills have evaporated. Hashtag relatable. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, good, it's just an airship. Wait. How is... We're underground. In a very hot area. Eternus, I have some questions for you. I need you to make this happen, okay? Oh my god, it's based on what you're facing, not what you're close to. Maybe that's similar to what Lord Haramon's talking about. Oh god! You like the giant wriggling wonder roots in the background, by the way? Just kind of eldritch horroring it up a little bit. I'm sorry, Luigi. I'm sorry. I was already on the flag. I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so bad about that. There's a boulder blocking the way to this palace shortcut. I want to smash it to pieces and clear away from my friends, but it's so hot. Wait, is that money? I will totally be doing this thing. Now that you've paid me money. Whew. Thanks for the motivation.
Such an intriguing philosophy. Wait.
Oh my god.
Hang on. What?
Yeah! This is going back to what I was talking about with regards to the level design of this game. Almost every level has a theme to it, which is going back to some of the design philosophy of the older Mario games. They want to make sure that there's always some kind of similar theme, even though this is a giant dragon and fun stuff like that. The theme here is the circular thing, just like the earlier rolling fossils, like that fossil right there. And I gotta be honest, this might be the first review document I don't clean up. Usually, so for those of you not aware, and I wouldn't mind some feedback from like either the crowd or the YouTube crowd or anybody listening to this. But usually what I do is I clean up multiple positive things because I initially just paste it multiple times to save on sorting and organizing. It makes it easier to keep track of stuff, especially for larger reviews like this where we have over 100 points to keep track of. But then I clean it up by adding, you know, ... for 2 positives, ... for 3 positives, etc. at the end. Now that takes a lot of time and can't really be done manually. Or automatedly, rather. It can only be done manually. So, I don't know, doesn't it bother you seeing the document look the way it does right now? Real question. You know what, my standee keeps rescuing people. Maybe I shouldn't move it. Oh, okay. That was one of the harder ones. It really is just the friggin' frog suit all over again. No! Okay, we made it. We made it. Really close. We're probably gonna die, but we'll get the coin. That's the important part. Ah! Why do we still have our earrings?
Roll, roll, roll! Go, go, go!
Coins, if nothing else. Oh. Thank you, Zephyrin. I'm a blob now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Giga Pudding, I have become one with your people. Hello, dear sister.
Hey, Stream. Is it okay if I steal him so that he can have turkey? Pillar, I will balance a plate on his head when we do that here at home. Yes, we will send pictures of turkeys.
Aw, look at him struggle helplessly. That's so cute. Back in when we were designing our own MMO bosses, we had a boss whose ability was called Your Mother. And the way it worked, the whole point was it was going to be a aggro challenge. Like, you had to very, very carefully manage your aggro on him, because you couldn't use taunt. If you ever used taunt to the boss, he would immediately, instantly lunge to you wherever you are in the arena and kill you in one shot. Saying something to the effects of, "What'd you say about my mother?" And then he'd just murder you. Really, Rapsulisu? That's funny. I mean, in Guild Wars 2, the final boss of Guild Wars 2, if you slash dance with it, he will then slash dance back and then instantly kill you. And you'll get a unique death message which says, "You have just been served." Damn it, Takota. I blame you. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I guess it's the opposite of the one we saw earlier. Guys, I think you officially have been giving me drugs. Can't believe I managed that. House is back to normal. There's water all around it. Thanks to you, the elite can have water and everyone else gets to live in the frickin' desert. Ah. What? There's no water down here. God damn it, I've been trying to kill this snake because I knew it was going to hit me. I knew it! Oh god! Frickin' snakes! Die! Damn it, Evo! I bow! Horribly infinite bow. Tens of bows. This is your punishment for daring to sub to me. Wow, I just perfectly fit between those. Like, perfectly. Oh, and I'm dead again. I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna pull the emergency knife. And I accept death. No, I accept death. You didn't hear me. Kill yourself. Suicide. There we go. Okay. Had to get that in for YouTube. No. Where that? No! I didn't manage it. Well, that's death. Again. The good news is, from what I understand, co-op doesn't have collision in this game, although I don't know, because I have not yet had the ability to test that. This game had online co-op, maybe I could. Oh, come on! Oh my god! You know what? I'm gonna take 5. Music comparisons sound like fun, but that's the problem. They're fun, and therefore a waste of time. Nobody wants to compare music. Nobody. Still not done. Time to comb the desert. Do you hear me? Comb the desert! Welcome to the Fungi Mines, where it's fun to mine and a happy ring of our pickaxes sound like a party. Or that's what it's normally like. But something awful happened. Our work has come to a stop. No! They can't work. I can't imagine such a state. I mean, how do you live without working, honestly? They traded in their work all for copium. Hell yeah. Glug, glug. I've noticed some of the wonders add difficulty. And some of the wonders are just here to be neat or cool or play around, and I kind of like that. Not only does it add to gameplay pacing, but it makes sense. Not every stage has to be, you know, turbo death, right? And vice versa. Giga, why did you make a sea of crack cocaine in my level? And why did you kill me with it instantly? What? Erase. Erase. No, no, come back. Who's Bowser's son? What are the options? Little Bowser or Dry Bowser? I like... No, no, sorry, that's Dr. Bowser. It's even better. What's this course's difficulty? I don't know. We'll go with 2 stars. It's not a 1. No! How many Goombas have I defeated? 80, 97, or 73? 80, 97, or 73? What do you think? 97, okay. Holy crap. Just picture the void. The infinite depths of space. Wait, wait, wait! Oh god. Space has become Mario. Run, Evo, run! Well, that's true, Russellisa. That's kind of like saying in FF5 they have different stats. What? We have door mimics.
What did they expect?
Yes, come into the light. Oh my god, we kill the boos by making them go into the light. Well, let's see what we do with the boos. Hi, King Boo.
Well, were you scared?
Yes. Yes, Giga Pudding. I'll walk into your match and you'll be like, I'll kill you, I'll rip you to shreds. And I'm just like, yep, we've finally found a sewer level that's going to get a positive to gameplay. It took us, how many years have we been doing this? Took us a few years. We finally found a plus to gameplay for a sewer level.
Delicious.
Did you just...
Thanks for the appetizer.
So I'm going to say that out loud for the people who don't read chat. Casual just posits a Metroid game. You play as some maintenance dude on the station, and it's your goal as to do everything in your power to make sure the station does not explode by the time Samus is done with it. So you're running around, like, putting out brush fires. Kind of like, have you ever seen a stress game? Which you're probably thinking, what the hell is a stress game? Hang on, I think I have one, like, right here. Damn, looks like I don't have any in here. Overcooked is the kitchen game. Out of Space is the other one I was thinking of. There's several types of it. There's several types of those that are stressor games. And the whole point is that you have to run around trying to put out brush fires, which get slowly, incrementally worse, right? Anyways, so, a stressor game, where you're just running around, putting around brush fires, as Samus is slowly going through, you know, defeating the Federation, or defeating the monster of the week, or whatever else she's doing. You don't even know. You never find out. You don't, that's not part of your world. Your world is the fact that there's now a fire in Sector G. Go put out the fire in Sector G. Because there's a fire in Sector G. God damn it. And just get, like, the best... the guy who did the voice acting for the main character in Dead Space R. Get him. And have him voice the main character. Because he does just the best put-upon voice. Like, oh. Really? Really? I like that, and that's just his tone. The entire freaking game. It's just... God damn it. There's a fire. I know there's a fire in Sector G, computer! I'm getting on it! I like that idea. That's a great idea for game, Casual. No, wait for me. Come back. Come back. Come back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Giga? Giga, what did you do? I just want you to know that I fully blame this on you, Giga. 100%. Oh my goodness. This is much harder to control than it looks. Oh yeah, I have a 1-up. Game, are you implying something here? Just be honest with me about it. Oh my god, there's Gigas everywhere. Do you see them? There's just Gigas everywhere.
Hi.
Gigario! Now I expect you to do a voice clip of that. It'll be your audition. Yeah, do a Chris Pratt accent. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll fire your ass if you do that. This is how I imagine Giga looks in real life. Hey Giga. Green, red, yellow, or blue? Because we've seen what the princesses look like. We can guess what the brothers look like. And we've seen what the toads look like. But we need to show off what the Yoshi blob looks like. Which is that. No, 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 I don't want to advance. Don't let me advance. No, no, god damn it, game! Oh my god. Oh my god. That is the most adorable of the slimes. I'm sorry. This is my new favorite child.
Hi.
Is that a... And let that be our tone setter. No! Holy crap. God damn it! I accept it. What? What?
Bye-bye.
I don't know how to get that coin. I don't know how to get that coin. Okay. I like the contrails. I like the view of Bowser's castle in the distance. Yeah, I noticed the multi-stage thing. I was wondering how further up we were gonna go. What? What's with the pose? This year has just been crazy for reviews, I'll tell you what. Diablo 3, GTA 5, StarCraft 2, and Mario Wonder. Now, I still don't think this is going to beat StarCraft 2, because StarCraft 2 is bonkers. But this is probably going to be in punching range of the others. This is probably going to be top 5 territory. I'm going to just kind of glance through things here. I think it'll challenge... I mean, GTA 5 has the advantage of having a much better story. It also retains density. I mean, it kind of does feel like that to Koida, because, I mean, next we're going to have to review the Final Fantasies. Ugh. I'm being a little facetious, but in all honesty, yeah, we have just absolutely been knocking it out of the park this year with some games that we knew were going to score very well. It's just kind of blew the ceiling off of the current chart. I will say this, if nothing else, I'm pretty sure this game has defeated our previous level positive record holder, which is StarCraft 2, by virtue of having just ridiculously good stage design, top to bottom. Like, I have not yet gotten to a stage that hasn't gotten at least 1+ to gameplay. That's kind of crazy to think about. It goes back to what we were talking about, I'm going to put a highlight reel note here. It goes back to what we were talking about with regards to the idea of the philosophy behind the review system, is that hypothetically, any given game should have, pluses for each level and pluses for each boss and so forth and so on, right? And even this doesn't hit that particular hallmark, or high mark, excuse me. I don't even know how I'm going to do that, Ross. But the idea is that a game scoring this well makes sense. This is what a game should score, right? In fact, if I'm being totally honest, a game should score even better than this. Come to my rescue. Notepad++. Yeah, exactly. Let's just do that. Boom. It is 145. That is absolutely freaking insane. 145 pluses to levels. I want you to think about that. I want you to actually really process that for a second. Oh yeah, I did come up with another negative. I've been sitting on this for a while, but I think it deserves it. Negative for being too good. No, it's a negative for the fact that every single frickin' time it's like, hey, do you want to change your badge? No. Hey, do you want to change your badge? No. Hey, it sounds like you mastered this badge. Do you want to try the new badge? It is irritating. It does deserve a negative. I'm technically going to put it under audio spam, but yeah, it's the text spam. It's an irritation that would not go away. Hello, dear sister. So, the blue shell was keeping your place, just to make sure that you would be comfortable. This is my amazing sister. Then she jumped up. I'm gonna jump up too. I want to see what happens. Thank you. So that random online player saved it. Yep. Yep. Nope. I saw what just happened. Okay. You can do this. You can do this. Hold down Y and never stop holding down Y. Just leave it hold down forever. That will change your jump height and your speed. You can just make the jump straight.
Yeah, but then I have to be able to stop on the block.
Okay, so that's valid. That's valid. So get on the block normally, then hold down Y. I'm not actually making fun of you. I want you to be aware of that. It's not a make fun of him. You almost had it. You almost had it. Okay. Now, hold down Y. You actually don't need to. I just made that jump without Y. So you did it. See? Shut up, game. You picked a really bright yellow character on a bright yellow stage.
It's not.
I'm just saying, I think that was actually Ross's fault. He sabotaged me. Oh my god. Look at that. Okay. Going right again. Okay. That's what I thought. I was just curious. Alright, I let you go. Thank you for helping me test it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go continue prepping.
My sister, ladies and gentlemen.
You love me.
I've got a front row ticket to Dad's big show, and you're not going to ruin that for me. Now you get to see how big and bad I really am. Time for my super duper extra cool wonder. Oh no, you made giant Goombas. And then you got punched. Bye, Kamek. Sure. I don't know how much I wanted a disco ball chain thing in my life until this. Reminder, this is a Mario game. I just feel like pointing that out for no reason right now. In contrast to the stage, that was a rockin' boss fight. And now the world is mine to conquer. See, in the Mario 4X, the Peach Kingdom would be like, you know, now that we helped you out with that, and start getting stipulations and concessions, cultural growth, and just kind of slowly take over, politically and diplomatically. That person's last name was Lust. I would not want to be that person. Ever. Very new ending there.
And we all lived happily ever after. Come back again sometime, yeah?
No, I'm never replaying this game ever. Speaking of which, we have to decide how many replay positives this thing gets. The final test. So, in every other Mario game, which I've 100%ed, there's always been one final thing which is not fun. And I've been dreading that this entire time. I already talked about that with Odyssey, right? Odyssey's final badge is not fun. It was slow and arduous and aggravating and frustrating, and I did finally do it. But it was not pleasant. I didn't even do it on camera. I finally said, yeah, I'm going to walk away with this. I got other stuff to do. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go get lunch. Oh my god, a checkpoint. I'm actually shocked by that. I'm actually shocked there's a checkpoint. I really am.
Crouch.
Dead.
I'm actually shocked there's a checkpoint here. I really am.
Crouch.
Did I actually get her there? Holy crap. Oh. I accept death. Oh my god. I accept death again. Double death.
Bonk! Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. No, wait, yeah, I did.
How's your day going? How are things? You know, I was just thinking to myself, how much I need to conquer the world. And it's not because of, like, you know, solving poverty or crime or hunger. No, no. It's just because I want to make video games for a living. I started thinking about it for a minute. And it's a really messed up place. When in order to do something really, really basic, you need to actually just conquer the entire planet. Like, you ever think about that? If I just want to do something really, really basic, it would still require planetary domination to pull that off. Also, Giant Grant Games just put out a brief retrospective on Warcraft 3, which is 5 hours long.
Nope.
Oh, crap! Bull crap! It's the only one of these deaths I'm going to clip right there, because I want everybody to see how absolutely bull crap that was. I want everyone to know that the game just cheated me.
Don't give up.
Go to hell.
See ya.
May I please have a checkpoint? You son of a... Okay. And no checkpoint. So I have to do all that crap all over again when I fail at this. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Thought I what? Okay, that's not a stage. Appropriately. Well, I just I thought I lost it right at the end there. I thought I actually lost myself in the final thing, and I wasn't gonna get the flag pull. I can't fairly judge that level right now. Give me a minute. Let me get some distance. Let me get some distance. And so Daisy's party achieved this spectacular feat, clearing all of the special world courses. What an astonishing display of skill. To commemorate this achievement, you've earned the secret badge, the Sound-Off badge. Such a wonderful adventure. Thank you for playing. You are a super wonder. What's really, really, really sad is, if not for a couple of specific things, like the total absence of, well, the weird absence of mid-mission checkpoints. What the hell? Or, just the specific placement of that last total bullcrap one. I could actually see that working its way up to be a positive. Yeah, no, if that stage had a checkpoint per section, that would absolutely be net positive for me, no question. No negatives, because it's like, oh, this is great, you know. Yeah, that would have salvaged it like that. And I think, and I know some people are going to disagree with me on this, and that's fine. What the... I think I figured out what the badge does. It's the Giga Pudding badge. I think... Hang on, I'm going to put this in the highlight reel, because this is important. I think that what this playthrough of the Mario series has done for me, other than evolve my understanding and evolution of level design, of kit design, of a whole lot of different aspects of how to do a platformer, is just how important mid-mission checkpoints are to me in ways I never really realized before. I've always valued them, but I never quite processed how big of a deal mid-mission checkpoints were to me until this time through, right? Like, the sheer fact that that one stage would probably have been a positive, and like, just a positive, if not for the mid-mission checkpoint problem, is just, yeah. No, exactly, Frieza, because, I mean, you saw it, to be perfectly blunt. I had no problems redoing Section 2 up to the invisible point multiple times in a row. I had it. I did it. I was just wasting time every reiteration from that point on, because like, I had already done it, right? And that's the value of the mid-mission checkpoint in a nutshell. Once you've got it, you've got it. And doing it again is just repeating yourself. It's the exact same reason why I tend to give positives for the quick save format of, say, Half-Life or Quake or whatever else. Right? Yeah, no, exactly. It respects my time. Alright, I did it. Hell yeah. I will go so far as to say I even feel accomplished. What is it, Ross, if you don't mind sharing? I would even go so far as to say I feel accomplished for having managed several of those sections. Like, if you were paying attention, the double jump one, I just smashed through that. First try. I was proud of that. That felt good. Cool. Let's go ahead and do the final audit, although there's really not much left to be done at this point. I got the numbers. Let's jot them in here really quick. Yeah, plus 29 story. That is the best story we've had so far. It surpasses Yoshi's Island and Sunshine, which previously held the record. I don't think I need to tell you it has the most gameplay positives. That's sort of a duh. So, let's break this down to brass tacks. The highest scoring Mario game prior to this is Yoshi's Island at 290.13. Do you think this beat that? Okay, so, yes it did. Let's look at its actual competitors, shall we? Because its actual competitors... we haven't reviewed Odyssey, Raid 36. Its actual competitors are not StarCraft 2, but Diablo 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 has a 593, and Diablo 3 has 684. So where do you think it landed? Because I'm just going to tell you right now, it's in that range. I'm just going to give that away. Hey, Giga Pudding, you there? Because you need to pick 3 things for winning. No reason. I'm just saying you need to pick 3 things from because you won. Because you guessed the highest, and nobody guessed high enough. So you got to pick 3 things. So what are the other 2 things? Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Odyssey, and by Odyssey I mean Wonder, managed a 728. That actually beats Diablo 3 and puts it in the number 2 range. It's a 20-hour game, so that's decent density across a decent chunk of time. So it gets a little bit of the density retaining bonus. It has very, very high density in general. It has bonkers gameplay. What is this? 11 gameplay positives per hour, which isn't actually a record, but that's insanely high for something like, you know, for a game this long. And yeah, the story ratio is not exactly bad. That's still 1+ to story per hour, or 1.5, excuse me, stories per hour, which is pretty good ratio in general. So that's really good ratio. Or sorry, I keep saying ratio. I'm sorry. That's really good density. I apologize. Its ratio is 97% on the gameplay axis, which is crazy good. Most games that score that high don't, like let's look at this. For example, StarCraft 2 had a 94% on gameplay, but a 76 on story. Diablo 3 had a 79 on story and an 89 on gameplay. And even GTA 5, which was a very solid game in both axes, still was 83 and 82 respectively. And yeah, that makes 4 of my top 5 reviewed games all came out this year. That is... I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. I was always expecting this to be good. I was not expecting this to be that. That is insane. And no, Loreweek is never coming back. Ever! Ever! Ever!